Dave, you got Glasnow on the mound today. He's seen the same team in a week. How much is the cat and mouse game in play tonight with a guy that is pretty straightforward?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know how much. Obviously, you know, if you look at what you did last night, a lot different mix. You know, I don't know how much different Tyler's going to be or needs to be. You know, it's a two-seam, four-seam fastball, it's a slider, it's a curveball, and so just kind of sequencing and pitching like that, I don't think it's going to be much different.
Last start, he really started to bring both hands over his head, similar to Kershaw. What do you know about that, and what is that adjustment about?
You know, obviously, that's something that kind of gets him in line, synced up. That's something he and Mark probably talked about, or Connor, but I don't know the kind of the reason behind it. And we'll see what he does tonight.
He likes to tinker?
He likes to tinker a little bit, but hopefully he sticks with this one. This is good.
You mentioned that he changed the slider grip and shape a little bit. Like, have you noticed that? Just like, how different is that pitch kind of playing for him lately?
You know what? I haven't noticed it, to be quite honest with you. And Connor McGinnis, one of our pitching coaches, is really good with the grips and kind of layering on your throw to the different grips and with the shapes and things like that. So I'm sure Connor was right in the middle of that one.
Has he done a better job of like threading the needle when it comes to like being able to make adjustments without obsessing over those adjustments?
I honestly, I think that right now, as far as you know, not trying to compare players, but his growth this season has been exponential. And I just think that, you know, when you see him on the mound, his demeanor has been consistent and not letting certain things kind of affect him, you know, too high, too low. And he just stays in this zone a lot better than we've seen in the past. And I think it's really been a benefit.
You obviously saw a lot of him in the first half last year, but how excited are you to see what he looks like in a stretch run in a division race, like being that type of guy who can maybe take on that kind of responsibility?
Really looking forward to it. I know he is, but I think the thing is just make sure we try to stay in the moment. And all these games are big, but yeah, I think that he's really getting a good foundation on as the games continue to get bigger and bigger and managing his emotions. But, you know, Tyler's done a great job for us. He really has.
Do you feel like the way last year and just not being able to be part of the run kind of led to some of that focus and his kind of ability to kind of stay in this zone? You guys get towards the end of this season.
You know what I think is, I think that's one part as far as missing being a part of it. He felt that he didn't get to be a part of everything, which is something that he regrets, but no fault of his own. And I think that he is, you know, trying to kind of manage the emotions of not wanting a moment so bad that it gets overwhelming. So I just think, again, just stay in the moment, and that's kind of my message to him, and he's doing a fantastic job.
Do you feel that coming into this year, he was the one who, you know, wanted to like change his mindset, change his focus like that, or was it more him like adapting the message from you and the coaching staff?
You know what? I think Tyler's got some valuable people in his life. You know, some kind of life coaches, some mentors. You know, he and I have good conversations. I know Mark and him do, and you know the coaches do, and I think that he is just really. He's a good self-evaluator in the sense of knowing that there's some room to grow with the emotions to really let his abilities and his pitch mix kind of play out. And so that's the thing I've seen, and when I can see that, then it's easy to bet on the stuff that he has.
When you're tied to the standings, like how do you weigh the importance of these two games versus also knowing you got like 30 plus left after this, kind of regardless of how the standings shake out?
You know, I think for me they're all important. I really do believe that. We got the Reds after this series, and that's an important series. I think it just comes down to playing good baseball, and I didn't fret too much from last night. Darvish threw a heck of a ball game. We hit some balls hard, didn't get a win, but for me it was a clean baseball game. So if we just continue to do that, we'll win a lot more than we lose.
A lot of people see Nestor Cortes starting tonight and instantly think back to Freddie's walk-off grand slam in the World Series last year. Freddie's been trying to downplay this, but is there something to be said about facing a pitcher where you had such a significant moment in baseball history?
I wouldn't know. but I will say is that I don't think Nestor's going to try to throw a ball down and in to Freddie. So, what he does to try to kind of stay away from Freddie's honey hole, I don't know. But I know that first pitch ain't going to be, down and in.
What about when you're stealing against the catcher and throw you out at second?
Yeah, that was fun. Those, yeah, it's like that. You got that it's mental warfare. No, Nestor's he's a pro. He's going to come out and present his best. He absolutely is, and our guys can be ready to.
What is it going to take for the offense to be more consistent, Dave? We've talked about it a little bit here recently, but what do you believe is something tangible to try to get it consistent?
I think the consistency of it, Dave, is getting pitches that you have in the hitting zone and move it forward, hit it hard. I think if you look at kind of our ebbs and flows, ups and downs, there's a lot of pitches that are in the hitting zone that we're fouling off, and where typically the at-bat's over. And so it's not about slug, it's not about just kind of the base hit situation. It's about, when you get good pitches to hit, you got to end the at-bat. So I think that for me, I can tell when a guy's going well when the ball's in the hitting zone and he squares it up or he fouls it back. Those are things that are good tells.
Have you guys felt a little too home run reliant or just kind of needing that slug to manufacture offense, especially when you look at the last couple months here? Is that kind of a theme in this?
I mean, I do know that the numbers show, obviously, you homer, you're going to score runs, obviously. But I just think that, having good quality at bats, whatever that means, a situation when you hit with 2 strikes, you don't slug much. You got to win pitches. You got to use the whole field. So it's very nuanced and complex. I believe our guys have the ability to kind of do both. Most of the guys in our lineup. I don't know how long Nestor's going to go today, so I expect to see, some right-handed arms from the pen. See Nestor. So just go out there and take good at bats again.